Okay, we've talked about the Clark side of the family coming to Ruth, California. Now we're going to say a little about the Reeves family. Would be William Carroll Reeves, B. Reeves, John Reeves. Ida Reeves would be John Reeves' wife, and Elsie Reeves would be William Carroll Reeves' wife. And I don't know who came with Uncle B. But Uncle B had already gone anyway. He bought a ranch up at Ruth, California. Well, no, he hadn't yet. That was a mistake. But all of them was born in the North Texas near Oklahoma. They were all Texans. And Uncle B had an unfortunate incident. He was a little guy. And they had gone to town, which town in that little short drive was in Oklahoma. Well, that's where Uncle B was born. Well, you didn't want to inform him that he wasn't a Texan because little would get mighty big at that point. He was Texan. And same people. Didn't make any difference. But the point was there. And that family, the Dust Bowl started hitting in there. And that was like a lot of small family farms. They had cows, and they would milk them and sell the cream and the milk there. And generally, you just took it down your driveway to a little stand there, and the trucks would pick it up. But didn't know too much about their personal lives other than that. And they decided to come to California, but they couldn't just come all the way. They had to work a while, get money, and go some more. And they did that all the way to Arizona. But one thing they did do was Grandpa William, he had built a church everywhere they stopped. So that was one of their big things. They built them all the way across the nation. And I don't know how frequently, but I know it was reasonably frequently. And then they got in Arizona and they stayed a while. Then they all moved on up to California to Tulare where they were farming. And Grandpa Johnny stayed on in Arizona for a while. Then finally he moved on to and went to Tulare. And they worked around there for a while and in different various jobs. They did wind up in somewhere along the line. My Grandpa Johnny was in World War II. And a lot of people worked around Oakland and that area for the military. So my mom was too. She was a welder at one time there. And so anyway, they'll wind up going on up to Ruth and Uncle B had a ranch and the Mad River ran right through it. And so everybody puddled up there, and Grandpa John, he primarily built a big ranch house, and everybody went there during between jobs and at hard times. And I remember they had there were 6 ranches along the Mad River. It had 6 phones. You cranked the thing, and however cranks you give it was your number. And it was rumored that everybody on the other 5 phones would get on there and listen to your business, but that's just the way it was. So anyway, now we're at Ruth Ranch, and we've already lightened on some of the stories, like the horses and Old Ranger, and not all the stories because they will go on and on. The grandpa's horse was a big Park Clydesdale named Blaze. He was almost black with a white blaze and nose and 4 stockings. So he was a good, beautiful, big horse. He was the head rat in the pack string, and you didn't put a horse in front of him. That was his spot. He'd kick the hell out of him. And all the horses had their spot, and you couldn't have one horse come up here and get in front of the one that didn't belong there because that horse owned that spot, and he'd let you know about it. Was their job. They had different personalities, just like men, just like working with men. And So they hiked up to hunting and fires up in the Yellow Bullies and various things. So me and my brother and sister, we'd ride them horses, and we lived there for a long time. Then we'd go up there in the summer, and we'd get to ride them horses for a while every summer. And man, I was just, we lived for that. And be around Grandpa Johnny, and we'd watch old Blaze. Grandma had a kitchen window there right in front of her. When she faced out toward the end of the ranch house there, she had a big old kitchen window. Every morning, old Blaze would go stick his head up through that window so he could get his apple or whatever Grandma fed him. And the stories now will go on. There's some segments we've already made on it. So just wanted to bring the Reese family from Texas on up here to Ruth, California. And now we'll have some more stories. This will be a separate segment. And then we'll have some more stories on it here later. And a lot of heartache and a lot of hard work and a lot of good times in there. So thank you very much. And we'll start a new segment later. So now what? Oh, I don't know what we're going to do here. Still going on. I don't know why, because should be shutting off by now. But anyway, here we go. And we're going to close her anyway.